Okay, and now we're live. Hello, stream, and welcome to D&D and so forth. Um,
Oh,
I got my hot water back on now.
oh, good. Yeah, I was wondering when that was gonna happen.
Yeah, so last stream I was like, oh, my hot water just went out, so 9 days. Um, the guy, it was just BS. The electrician that was supposed to came out had COVID, and
Mm.
the one, you have to go through leasing agencies and property managers and all this bullcrap. And the contractor was being a douche, but um, so the electrician finally came out because it was an electrical problem. So we went out and checked the breaker box, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this breaker's totally screwed up, but I don't feel safe putting a new breaker in here because this thing is like already like loaded up to full capacity, and there's a lot of dead geckos in here shorting things out." And so it's a risky running it as it is right now, much less putting in another breaker. So he's like, so you can sacrifice another breaker for like your dryer or your oven or something like that. And then you'll just go without that, but at least you'll have hot water until, and then I'm going to recommend they replace the breaker box because of all the geckos inside. So like there's holes and they're just not covered up at all. Like normally you would put like styrofoam or little like plugs or like some kind of insulation or something, but they didn't. So there's geckos from like the inside of the walls that crawl out and they just crawl into the breaker box and they end up touching two wires and they create a short and then they fried little Lizzie, and you can see them, all these little fried lizards all in the little box.
They think, oh, it's such a nice little covered home. Get away from the heat, zap.
Yeah, so he brushed a few of them away. Now, there's an awful lot of geckos in this breaker box. So he's like, yeah, they just need to replace the whole breaker, like the entire box, and have the city come out and reinspect it and everything. I'm like, oh, wow, that's fun. So, but then this is really fun. So he goes, so he's like, okay, so what do you want, the oven or the dryer? And I'm like, oven. And he's like, okay, tell me when the oven cuts off. I'm going to test these breakers. Clink, clink. Nope, the oven's still on. What, really? Okay, well, maybe it's this one. Clink, clink. Nope, the oven's still on. What? Could not get the oven to go off. And he's like, okay, well, what's this then? And we literally walked around the house and we couldn't figure out what it was. So he's like, okay, maybe that's your heater, because yeah, everything was mislabeled, like totally wrong. Like it was all carefully labeled, but every single label was wrong. So yeah, he had to keep. He's like, well, that's not the water heater. That's not the one I thought was the water heater that I was resetting. Nope, that wasn't it. So our water heater's back, and something doesn't work, but we don't know what that something is yet. So it'll be
But
a
hey,
surprise.
if you don't notice that it's not working, then it's not a problem yet.
Yeah, until winter comes, we try to turn on the heater and we go, oh, damn it, that's right. There was something. No, but he put in a work order, so supposedly they're going to get back. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, and if it's anything like last winter, 7 degrees. So, oh my God, what a pain in the butt. It's not like an apartment where you can just go and sit in the leasing office and complain. It's like you have to go through this web of people and you talk to someone different every time. But anyway, I took a hot shower tonight. Hot shower. So, yeah, ready for some D&D. I was watching the end of the last stream to try and remember. Oh, this is a good segue to... Go ahead, Jake.
To what?
When we last.
Oh,
You want to do it, right?
Yeah. So when we last left off, you were witnessing.
You didn't say our adventurers. You didn't do the thing. You didn't say when we last left our adventurers.
I don't remember doing that on a regular basis, but it's possible.
Fine.
You do that.
I do.
I think.
Yeah, that really is a mostly Nick thing.
Yeah. You were witnessing this person at a Vistani camp beating someone who was hugging a tent pole, and he was sitting there whipping him, and the person who was doing the whipping is the little girl's that you just saved's dad, who she brought you to come see to let him know that she was safe. and you guys went looking for him, and she goes, "Oh wait, never mind, there he is," and he was sitting there, whipping the guy, and that's where we left off. So you saved this girl from the lake. What did you do with the guy? Did you bring him with?
Yeah, I think.
Are you
We have
currently
him
dragging
here.
him?
Yeah, I think the thing was like he's tied up, and we're looking for like some sort of
That's
authorities
right.
to deliver him to for punishment. And then here's
I
this
was
guy
specifically
whipping.
dragging. Yeah, I was specifically dragging the dude behind me like he's luggage.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
like,
so
oh hey, we got your next in line right over here.
yep. You see this guy, you're dragging him. You're like, oh, hope someone will give him justice. The town guards don't seem to care, and you drag him into this camp, and there's this guy beating someone, and I don't know if it was explicitly stated, but yeah, while he's sitting there beating him, like as you guys are like, you're like, okay, I don't want to like go right in the middle of this, and the girl, I forget her name for the moment, she's just kind of
Arabella.
like Arabelle, yeah, Arabelle.
Arabelle.
I always get that confused too. I might have said Arabella. I don't remember. I think it's Arabelle though.
I think there's an Arabella in my game.
Arabelle.
There's a lot of Arabelles and Arabellas in D&D. I've noticed.
It is Arabelle. So anyway, she's just kind of she's obviously gonna go like say something, but not at the moment. Like she's giving him a second. And while you're sitting there standing watching him hit the guy, he says, "You should have watched her better. It was your job." And so kind of confirms that, yeah, this is not just some random guy. He was responsible for watching Arabelle, who is now back. And so unless anyone jumps in to interact, Arabelle will reveal herself, and there'll be some inner NPC roleplay.
I really want to tell the guy that we've got a criminal and be like, "Hey, he did a crime. Can he be next?" And then when the guy's like, "What? Who are you? Who is this guy? What crime did he commit?" And then we'll be like, "Oh, he kidnapped your daughter. By the way, we saved your daughter." So then like it's as shocking and emotional as possible, and like maximum chance that this guy's gonna get severely injured.
Like
And-
don't give him a chance to like see his
Process
daughter and be
it.
happy.
Yeah.
You want to instantly start with, this is the guy that kidnapped your daughter. By the way, she's safe, but he's right here also.
We should go get a giant fake cake for her to jump out of. Surprise!
So, who wants to do that interaction? I mean, you know, I'm not telling people what to do, but like, if no one else is going to do something, that's what I want to do.
Please do. I forgot today was Tuesday, so I'm
Okay.
also here along for the ride. Yeah, when you said I'll be on in 15 minutes, I was like, oh shit. I was literally shutting my computer down to go to bed.
Oh god.
Oh, sorry.
Well, so I don't have a whole
Okay.
lot prepped, but there's the thing about where you guys are right now. There's not really a whole lot to prep for. It's not like you're about to enter a dungeon or go do this whole political intrigue thing. You're still kind of at the crossroads of a bunch of different options. Once you've kind of set on a path and you're going there, then we can start going, okay, now I know they're going to go here, and then they're going to have some encounters. But this will be a short one also, and we're kind of going to do short one until you are kind of set on a path. Right now, there's just too much possible to go on. I don't want to like plan to play for 4 hours, and every 30 minutes I'm having to figure out what happens next. So
Yeah, that's fine. Well, maybe
yeah,
we
don't
can
worry
kinda
about
get a
that too much.
direction.
Just pop in if you're starting to get tired or zonk out. Just pop in. We can stop anytime, but I plan on at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I'd probably say
I'm playing. I just, I wasn't mentally prepared for it tonight.
yeah, that's totally fine. I'd say no later than 10 o'clock. But if you're starting to get a little bit zone out before then that's fine. But yeah, so Biggie does that. Would you like to specify how you do it, or do you want to just kind of everyone imagine how it happened in their head and then he'll reply?
Yeah, I'd like to roleplay. We don't have to drag it out, but so Big E's gonna step forward and say, excuse me, when you get done with that guy, we've got another criminal here that needs to be punished.
He stops whipping. He draws his arm back. He's about to whip. As you start talking, you say, excuse me, and he stops and turns to look at you and listens to what you say, and he says, "Who are you?" we don't just punish any criminals here. We're not the Baron.
Police.
Someone has to have done wrong by us in order to be punished. Who is this person?
What was his name? Braun?
Bluto.
Bluto. Okay. So Biggie says, "Oh, his name is Bluto, and he kidnapped your daughter, who we rescued. By the way, here's your daughter."
He drops the whip because he still had it raised, and he's not drops, but like drops his arm.
Drops his
and
arms.
he says, he drops both of his arms. He says, "Kidnapped? What? What do you mean? Arabelle, is that you?" She steps out from behind whoever she was standing behind. She says, "Yes, Papa, I'm here. These people saved me from Bluto. He took me out onto the lake, and he held me there the whole time, and he wouldn't tell me what was going on. And then he tied me up in a sack and threw me in the lake. It was so scary." And she runs forward and hugs his legs. And the guy looks up and he says, "Bluto, huh? That name sounds familiar. We don't go in town. We mostly keep to ourselves out here." Yeah. He says we mostly keep to ourselves around here, but even we've heard about that buffoon going around town making trouble with his drunkenness. He says, well, normally we wouldn't get involved in the affairs of non-Vistani townspeople, but I think we can make an exception in this case. If you'd like to leave him here with us, we'll make sure he gets taken care of.
Yeah, sure. Have at him. Okay, so we bring him on in. Drag him over there.
Luvash snaps his fingers and a couple times and points to some Vistani that are watching from the side of the tent, and two male Vistanis walk over and grab the guy and drag him out of the tent and down the road and disappear. And he says, "Now, that will be I'll take care of that later. I'll take care of him later. But Arabelle, you say these people saved you?" And she says, "Yeah, I don't know what happened, but 1 minute I was getting thrown in the water and I couldn't breathe, and the next minute I woke up on the shore and these people were standing over me, and Bluto was just laying unconscious. So I don't know what happened, but I'm grateful that they brought me back." He says, he kneels down and puts a hand on her shoulder and says, "Well, I'm glad that you're back. I'll never let you out of my sight again, and neither will." Hold on. They need to just have a list of like all the NPCs' names in one place. He says, "And neither will Alexei, right, Alexei?" And the guy who is hugging the pole says, "No, never again, never out of my sight, nope."
Is Alexei drinking a red Slurpee?
No, he was the one getting whipped, so he's not drinking anything. I don't know that reference, though.
Unless it's his blood.
Yeah, I was like, is that a euphemism?
Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alexei, the Russian guy, and they make you like really like him, and then he betrays the bad guys and helps the good guys, and then right at the end of the season he gets stabbed, and it's like, no, Alexei. And he only speaks Russian, and he only helped them when they got him a cherry Slurpee, and then he was always drinking cherry Slurpees.
Was he playing D&D with them?
No.
No, he was the Russian communist Soviet scientist.
He was an adult?
Oh, okay.
Alexei. Yeah, he was like a Soviet scientist who rebelled against the Soviets and went to help the good guys.
Okay. I literally know nothing about Stranger Things, so I just thought it was a bunch of people playing D&D in their basement, and then shit starts happening. So, anyway,
there's very little D&D. The D&D was mostly a marketing gimmick. They D&D for the first 5 minutes. I mean, yeah, they have Demogorgons and the Upside Down, which is kind of like the Shadow Realm, but it's like, yeah, very much its own thing.
Okay, but yeah, that's his name. Like a Russian, not Alexei. So anyway, He says, "Nope, I'll never let her out of my sight again. It was my fault." And he says, Luvash says, "All right, well, I guess she's back now, so you're off the hook. Go ahead and tend your wounds and be back here in the morning for um, your new assignment." And he gets up. He wasn't tied or anything. He was just up against the pole. He gets up and grabs his shirt off of a barrel that's sitting there, and he goes, yes, sir, thank you," and hobbles out of the room. And um, Luvash looks at you guys and says, "Well, I can't thank you enough for saving my daughter. My men have been looking for her for 3 days, and no sign of her has been found. And um, they even looked all over the lake. I don't know how they managed to miss her, but regardless, you are greatly in my debt. If there's anything me or my people can do for you, please let me know. Um, and as a token of my gratitude, if you would like to go look in our treasure caravan, you can pick one item that you would like out of there of anything
One
that you can
each?
find.
One each.
No, one item.
Uh...
Since you saved one daughter, you get one item, and you can fight amongst yourselves to decide what to do with it. But rest assured, there is plenty of items that are easily split. We have stocks of potion, treasure, and magical items like. But um, I'll take Arabelle from here and see to it that she never gets lost again. And yeah, thanks for bringing her back.
Hey, you're welcome. And, since you mention it, as far as favors and stuff, I don't know what all you could do, but the quest that we're on, so, we're trying to rescue these kids, but we found one of them, so we really just need to find a way out of Barovia. And I know, that sounds crazy, but don't worry, we have a plan. We're gonna kill Strahd, and then that's the way that we're gonna get out of here. So, could you help us? And, just in case you're the Vistani that like Strahd, by kill, I mean convince him to let us go and bribe and convince. So, coerce. So, one question, real quick one. Are you the Vistani that are pro or anti Strahd? And two, would you help us convince him to let us leave one way or another? Small
He
favor.
says,
No big
he
deal.
says, well, certainly, this land is ruled by Strahd, and any looking to go against him would be a fool. We do not
Yep,
serve
that's us.
anyone. We are our own. We are our own. Leadership and everything. We have no master. But of course, we respect the domain of the devil Strahd, and he leaves us be, and lets us do our thing as long as we don't cause trouble. And the guy next to him, um, he says, "Oh, brother, we should sell them some of our potions that allow travel through the mist." And Luvash holds his hand up and says, "No, no, no, no. They don't. We won't be selling them any of those potions. Aragal, be quiet." Says, "Ignore my brother there. Those potions are not what they seem. We sell them to travelers, but um, we have no guarantee of their effectiveness. So I would not recommend someone such as yourselves um, who is in my debt. I would not let you risk your lives with those potions." Um, he says, um, "Certainly, no one ever escapes this land. It's just not something that happens, and if you really want to get out, the only way would be to kill Strahd." They both laugh, and he says, "So, I suppose you should just set up your own life here, and if you need any help establishing yourselves, let me know. I'd be more than happy to put in a good word for you at some of the work camps in town, around towns, around the place."
Well, so we're at this other Vistani camp, and this really nice old lady, I think her name was Mama Shabubu, she gave us this like Tarot reading, and she said that it would help us defeat Strahd, not necessarily kill, but she said defeat. Do you have any idea, like, one of them said that we would find someone that would help us by a lake, and we thought that that might be your daughter. The other ones, though, we're having a hard time understanding, like, what they mean. So, do you think that you can help us, like, understand her clues as to how to defeat the devil Strahd?
He says, you had a Taroka reading from Madam Shabubu. A Taroka reading from Madam Shabubu is not something to be taken lightly.
Madam.
What? I don't remember her name either, and I'm not scrolling to look it up. You already said it. Shabubu. That's what it. At the moment, that's what it is. And he says, surely her words should not be taken lightly. What? Yeah, Eva. It's so easy. It's three letters. He says her words should not be taken lightly. She is a great seer. He says, but I do not have the knowledge, nor the authority, nor the gumption to attempt to unravel the meaning of her words. There are some in this land who would claim the skill to do so, but no one at this camp would be qualified. If you tell me what she told you, I may be able to give you some clues, but it's a bad omen to share your fortune with another. But you said my daughter was involved? What do you mean? I feel like you need to tell me a little more about that.
Did you say a bad snowman?
Oh yeah, a bad snowman.
Okay. Well, the first snowman, hold on, let me see if I can remember. She said that, she drew a card and said that it sheds light on one who will help us greatly in the battle against darkness. A Vistana child, but we must hurry for her fate for feather. It hangs in the balance. Find her at the lake. And so we think that led us to save your daughter, and that maybe she has some way of helping us, maybe some kind of information or magic weapon or a bomb. Explosives might be helpful.
A bomb, just a bomb. Careful, you're gonna get demonetized.
TNT.
You could just blow up Castle Strahd, like gather enough TNT, spend a couple years gathering explosives, and just. So when you say that, Arabelle looks up at you and her eyes grow wide, and she turns to her dad and says, "That's why they were at the lake. I knew it. I knew that I was destined for greatness, Father. I told you that I felt like something was calling to me." And he furrows his brow and he says, "She really said that, huh? Well, I don't really know what to make of that, but surely there's nothing that a 7-year-old girl could do to help you defeat Strahd." And she says, "Oh, Father, please let me go with them. I'll do my best to help them, and if it's my destiny, then I must go." And he says, "No, I will not let you leave and put yourself in danger again. I just got you back." He says, it definitely sounds like she is the one the prophecy is speaking of, but I'm going to need a little bit more information on what that entails before I make any rash decisions. For now, she must stay here in our camp, and we will watch over her, and if any more information reveals itself, but there's certainly nothing extraordinary or special about her would warrant that would reveal anything about that prophecy that you tell me about. And she makes a face at him and says, she just grumps, folds her arms, says, "Yeah."
Have we asked how old she is yet?
She's 7. She has said it, and he said it a couple times.
7. God, so I gave you guys a 12-year-old to go with you, and I'm like, 12, no, that's not too young, and 7. Okay, 7-year-old, just charge on into battle with us. Okay, so Biggie wants to tell him more about...
That's basically the plot of Pokemon.
True.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's your weapon. See you again sometime from now, a few months. Go, have fun.
And, except the kids are the ones in the Pokeball. Go, Arabella! Well, so the other prophecy said that we would find a holy symbol of great hope where sickness and madness are bred, and that there would be some ancient knowledge that would help us, but we have to look to the Wizard of Wines. And then we were told a sword of pure sunlight, to speak to the master of the marsh. And the last part I don't remember.
He says, well, the Wizard of Wines is easy enough. It's the name of a winery over towards Kresk in the west. I don't know what that could mean. I don't know why any knowledge of Strahd would be at that place, but the Wizard of Wines is a well-known winery. They make the best wine. Delicious. He pats a barrel next to him that has a mark that says it says purple great mash number 3 on it, and he pats the barrel and says they make the most delicious wine. We've been running low ourselves, but yeah, that's that. It's a winery. He says,
"Oh hey, can I get a quick glass of that wine there? You mind sparing? I like to mooch free drinks as long as there's no magic mushrooms in it."
he says, well, normally I would say no, since we are running pretty low, but for someone who just brought my daughter back in my arms after 3 days, I don't think that I could say no to that. He says, the guy's name, the guy next to him, whatever, no one's paying attention to names. His friend that's standing next to him, he says, pour them each a glass, please. He says, will all of you be drinking, or only some of you?
Yum yum. Vanya says no thanks.
I'll drink.
And what about you, Bard?
So absolutely.
All right, all but the cleric. And he has him pour a glass for each of you. It comes in a nice, sturdy wooden mug, and they hand the drinks to all of you. And if you drink it, it tastes good. And a little less quality than the ones that you had at the inn.
Yum yum
but
yum.
It tastes similar.
I detect notes of oak and blackberry.
GHB.
He says, "Don't forget the piss." That's what makes our blend special.
Oh, I know, it's wine. Of course, it's got piss in it.
Imagine you're like a winery. You're brewing it. You taste it, and you go, "It's missing something." Yeah, it needs that piss note. No, that's beer. That'd be beer though.
Just InBev beer.
He says, "A place where madness and bred." In this place, that could be anywhere. The only 2 places that come to mind for me are the town of called
Hansberger Land.
find it. He said, hold on. Eh. Alright, trying to scroll through and find what he would know. He says there's a haunted ruin called Argenvostholt, where a silver dragon called home, and the
Ooh.
he says the paladins who lived there have long since passed, but anyone who goes there never comes back, and the few tales that do come back from that place say that it's haunted by their demented spirits who are obsessed with protecting the place. And he says that's the only place that I could think of where that could fit that description. But like I said, it could really describe anywhere in this place, especially the town of Barovia. Heck, it could even describe Valaki here. I don't know if you've had the pleasure of meeting the Baron, but he's not a very pleasant person, and some would even call him sick and mad. So that one's a bit of a mystery to me. But definitely the Wizard of Wines. If her prophecy specifically said Wizard of Wines, then that's certainly where you should head. And he says, what was that about a marsh? What did you say? Remind me what you said.
So the marsh, he said that sunlight sword, a weapon of vengeance, something about a rose, and the master of the marsh. A kneeling woman, a rose of great beauty plucked too soon.
He says, well, the only marsh I know of around here would be the ruins of Berez in the south. That land used to be a town like Valaki or Barovia, but long ago it was destroyed by a massive flood, and now it's a giant, essentially a marsh, with all the flooding, and the river's overtaken most of it. So if one were to mention a marsh in this land, that would be the closest thing there would be.
Who's
But
the master of the
I would.
marsh?
He says, we don't go over there. No one really knows exactly what creatures live there, but I would recommend you keep far away from that place. It is haunted and dangerous and bad juju. He says, I don't know who she meant by the master of the marsh, but you definitely should stay away from there, unless you have a death wish.
Okay, haunted
Actually-
marsh. Got it. Well, I can't see any harm in going into a haunted marsh and trusting a green hag there.
I don't believe in ghosts or the supernatural, so I'm good.
Do you believe in permanent blindness?
But I literally conjured flames. Watch me fly. What did you say?
I said, do you believe in permanent blindness and disadvantage on perception checks?
I don't really care. My perception sucks, and I roll like I'm blind anyways.
Wait, so did your main PC die and you just were like, oh well, and then just kept playing?
What?
On Baldur's Gate 3, you sent a picture of some like remains, and your party was like, oh, looks like there was a bad battle here, and you said that was you.
Yeah, it's like one of the opening ones where you walk up. Oh wow, it looks like there was quite a fight here. There's blood everywhere, and if you look at the top of that picture, you realize that it says loot because there's a loot on the ground, and I'm hovering my mouse over it. I'm saying that I'm the one who lost the battle.
Oh, the loots.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Sunlight Sword Marsh. Okay. Well, hey guys, it seems like another good place to go would be the Wizard of Wines, which I think someone had some kind of a side quest for us there. So, I guess maybe we could do that soon. But did we ever decide? Hey, maybe we could ask this guy. Hey, we got an invitation from Strahd for this lady named Irina, and we were gonna go with her. Do you think that's like a good idea? Like, can we go ahead and like if we enter, do you think he'll let us leave, or is it like a Hotel California situation?
He says, you have been invited to the Grand Castle by the Master himself. It would do you good to accept that invitation. It would be very disrespectful to turn down such a gracious offer from the Lord of these lands. I highly recommend you accept, and whoever he requested to bring, I would recommend that you bring them as well, Irina or whoever it is that you said.
Yeah. How pissed do you think he would be if I used magic to disguise myself as that person, and then he found out? Like, on a scale of 1 to instant kill.
He says, the Lord of Barovia sees all and knows all. He says
crap.
he would not be fooled even for a moment by your petty magic. And so it would be hard to say whether he would find it amusing or offensive, but I would certainly not recommend you attempt to fool him with such simple magic. It would be an insult to his power.
Oh, he's got like true sight and shit, probably. Yeah, so
The difference between it being funny to him and him insta-killing us is you suddenly going ta-da after he sees through it, like it's, and then like see, you can't get anything past you, like the court gesture. Just do it ta-da.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the joke. Irina's outside.
Yeah, like I think
Let
if
me go
we
get
bring
her.
Yeah. We bring her with, and we have her have a cloak and like disguise herself, and then we just lie to him and be like, "Oh, this is our servant," and then Biggie disguises himself as Irina, and then when he discovers it, then we're like, "Oh, we're just testing you, haha!" But we knew you could see us. This was a funny joke.
We hide her somewhere, and then we drop a bunch of random clues on notes around, Strahd's whatever he lives, and make Strahd go on a scavenger hunt.
I bet he would love that.
She's around here somewhere.
Of course.
He says, "All right. Well, I hope I was able to give you some help with your prophecy. Of course, I would not want to impede fate or refuse assistance to one who has such a great prophecy ahead of them. But unfortunately, that's all I know. She is known to be very cryptic in her messages, so if any more information reveals itself to you, feel free to come and ask me. But we don't get out much. we know the basics, but we mostly stay here and keep to ourselves. So that's about as much as I'd be able to tell you right now." He says, "But thank you again. for saving my daughter, and remember before you leave to go to the treasure wagon and dig through and see what you can find. And good luck on your journey.
Oh, thanks a
The
lot,
real
buddy.
treasure.
Uh-oh. I know what's coming.
The real treasure is the friends we made along the way.
Well, what a bunch of crap. I want gold treasure. You can't use that. You can't use that to buy a Game Boy at Best Buy with a stolen $100 you took from your dad's wallet. Okay, thanks. I want to head straight to the treasure tent.
Okay, you leave the main tent where you were talking, and you walk around, and there's a couple of other wagons that you walk by. Let's see. Let's look at the map.
Woo!
It's a small camp. It's just a big circle of tents, but there's a little bit of flavor as you walk around to the treasure tent. He told you where it is, and he said, feel free to look around. The tent is from here. It's going to be the hopefully they're in alphabetical order. Of course they're not. Yeah, they are. Treasure tent. Oh, that's boring. He says, when you leave the tent, it's going to be the first one on your left. There's two in front of the tent entrance, and it's that one right over there. And he points to a tent on the left. And you walk over to it, and you walk behind it where the entrance to it is. Two iron padlocks. Yeah.
Question, query. Is a tent entrance a tentrance?
He says no. It's actually the official term is tentryway. It's more official. And so he points to the wagon, and you go over to the wagon, and two iron padlocks secure the door of the wagon. And the last person to walk out of the door, he says, "Oh, hold on. We'll unlock the. We need to unlock that for you." And they follow you out, and Luvash pulls a key from his pouch and unlocks one of the locks, and the other guy, Aragol, pulls another key and unlocks it. And they say, take your time, look through, and pick what you would like. And, yeah. Anything in here is yours.
Sweet.
And-
Oh, yeah, this is what it's all about. And Biggie's rubbing his hands together greedily, licking his lips. There's drool running down his beard. Treasure. You know what I want gold for my magic inks. Spells.
Okay, he says, well, if it's pure gold you're after, that iron chest over there in the corner contains 650 of it.
Whoa! Oh, okay, so that's one option. Let me just note that down.
But it turns into a mimic.
They're all mimics. That's the secret. You look through and you see a couple of chests, an onyx jewelry box. There's a wooden throne with gold inlay and decorative stones. A rolled up rug that looks
Magic?
Not magic, but it looks very intricately decorated. You can't see what's depicted on it when it's rolled up. And then there's a small wooden box. So there's a wooden chest, an iron chest, an onyx jewelry box, gold filigree, and a small wooden box, and then the throne and the rug.
I want to look in the wooden box.
You open up the wooden box, and it is a very, very large wooden chest, and there are piles and piles of electrum pieces inside. And Luvash says, "Ah, yes, that is a stash of Electrum that we got this one time. All the coins have a figure depicted on them, and he says, just like all the other coins in this land, they bear the striking image of our great Lord Strahd. And it's the same picture that any coins you found up to this point have also had that picture. So they're minted with Strahd's face."
The same
And he
picture
says,
of him? That's boring.
yeah. He says, "I couldn't tell you how many Electrum pieces are in there, but it's well over 1,000. And you're welcome to keep all of it if you can carry it."
Okay. I'm gonna.
It's McGee. He can carry anything.
Oh yes, he can. Oh, but
Just
but
pick
he's
up the
gonna
wagon.
he's gonna keep looking. Wait. So are you saying we can have this Electrum plus one item?
No. One of the items in here. So a chest and what's inside of it, or the throne, or the rug.
This feels like a Monty Hall problem.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, the rug.
You can look at all of them.
Okay. The Onyx jewelry box.
So the box itself looks valuable, and inside the box are 6 pieces of jewelry. There's some rings and some necklaces, and you can't really tell their value from here, but they don't look especially valuable. And there's a small, unlabeled crystal vial with a murky, translucent, murky liquid in it.
Yeah. Okay. Next. What am I missing? Isn't there a chest that I'm missing besides the throne and the rug?
So wooden chest with Electrum, iron chest with the gold that he told you is 650, the jewelry box that you just opened, throne, the rug, and then a small wooden box.
Yeah, I want to look in that little box.
You open the box and there are 12 stoppered gourds, like a water skin, but with like a gourd. And he says, you don't want those. You should pick something else. Those are not valuable to. They won't bring much value to. Trust me.
What are they?
He says, well, they are potions that we craft that allow travel through the mist.
No.
But they are not as potent as they could be. And though they still fetch a fairly good price to those who would pay for them, I would not recommend that you try them yourself.
Nah, I'm gonna journey through the mist on Saturday. I don't think I need anything extra right now. Okay, I think that we obviously just want the chest of gold, and then we can, it'd be really easy to split, but I want to check out that rug. Hey, do you mind if I unroll this rug, and spend about 10 minutes to cast and detect magic? I just want to make sure this rug's not like a magical flying rug or anything.
He says, oh, please be my guest. He says, none of the items contained in here are magic. If I said that, sorry, I thought there might have been some magic items, but there's not, that other than maybe the rug. But there's not like a very magical, obviously golden sword or anything like that. I could have sworn there was, but he says, oh, please be my guest. You take 10 minutes, you detect magic ritual on it. It's not magical, but it has a unicorn. It has a unicorn motif on it. A very exquisite, well-crafted unicorn motif.
Well, that's all.
Hey.
What?
Yeah, there's no magic items or anything special like that. Just take the money.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, maybe like the next time your daughter gets kidnapped and we save her, then maybe we'll just get one of the other items. But
we should open up a punch card now. Just
punch cards.
your
Saving my daughter.
kidnapping is on me.
It's a loyalty program for saving his daughter.
Oh my
Um,
God.
Well, yeah. Well, Pat, I think we're gonna go with the big old trunk of gold.
He says, "All right, well, however you'd like to carry it out of here, be my guest. I know it'll be fairly heavy, but you look like a strapping, strong young man who can carry a coffin on his back. I think you'll be fine."
You know, it sure would be convenient if we had like a wagon to keep our stuff in and a couple of horses to pull it.
we have a Vladimir. We just don't have like a traveler's wagon.
Yeah.
We can buy
Yeah,
one now.
Point. Vladimir is more like a party member who just doesn't ever show up than it is like a horse. So, I mean, if we got like a wagon of some sort,
McGee can
we
pull the
throw a treasure
wagon.
in there, extra weapons. I want to get there someday. He's gonna be so slow. It'll be consistent. It will be persistent. But it'll be so slow.
We'll toss
It's
a
only-
yoke over his neck.
The chest itself plus the coins is only like 25 pounds. It's not insanely heavy.
Oh, okay.
With your
You can do
strength,
yourself.
you could carry it with your strength.
Okay, but
Um,
McGee's gonna carry it dramatically over his back and like shoulders, like.
Of course.
So I guess for now, let's head back to our room in the inn, and then we can put down the treasure chest, and also that's probably near where shops are, and maybe we do a little bit of shoppity shop and stock up before we get ready to go to the. Well, I guess we're gonna go to Strahd's next. I guess that's where we're gonna go. So I guess head back to
We
town.
might as well
and-
spend the money now while we're still alive to spend
yeah,
it. You know.
yeah, spend it while it's alive. Yeah, what do you have, like strip clubs and coke parties and
Any place with better weapons or armor or magic.
oh yeah, that. So do we want to split the money? How do you guys want to split the money?
I was thinking more towards like a group chest, and if somebody wants something, we can talk about it, discuss it. You know, like a nice little socialist village. We might come across an item that's fantastic and amazing, and we want to spend all of it on it because it benefits the whole group. We might come across a magic weapon or two. You know, that's my vote.
Yeah, okay. We don't have to go and spend all the money at once. Big E would definitely like to, on his wish list of things besides a crystal mop bucket, he wants to maybe like 2 or 3 inks. He could use those to scribe spells whenever we long rest. But what were you guys wanting? What about you, Willow? What's Aravan, or what are you guys looking to? We could check out the price of a wagon and a mule. That way,
I would be down for
Peter
that.
doesn't hold it.
Also, after playing Baldur's Gate 3, I think we should also see if we can buy 200 or 300 health potions. Just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. But what? Okay. Yeah, we could get a mule, but I know Vladimir doesn't have to pull it, but we already have the tool in hand to be able to pull a wagon. That's
True.
Vladimir. So it would just kind of work already. We don't need to spend the extra money, but
Yeah,
At least
well,
if we had a wagon to go with it, you know.
yeah, we'll ask though. We'll go to the wagon shop. They sell animals too if we need one, but yeah, maybe we can save the money. Okay, so we want to do that. We want to drag the chest back to the inn, and then we're gonna shop around.
Alrighty. So as you lug the chest out of the wagon and you're starting to walk away, Arabelle and Luvash are standing outside of the tent, and you overhear just the kind of tail end of a conversation, and you hear her say, "But they said that she was missing. I need to go find out what happened to her. She was my best friend." And he says, "Arabelle, I've told you 100 times, you're not to get involved with the the what do you call it? Like goings on, the the meddle in whatever the things that people do, activities of the townsfolk.
Affairs.
We are. Thank you. You're not to get involved with the affairs of people in the town. They wouldn't come to our aid, so we should not risk our lives for theirs. And she says, but she's my best friend. He says, well,
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
he says, well, maybe she'll turn up somewhere, but it's not our business. And she says, fine, and they started walking away.
Do we remember already, like, where she's missing or where we're supposed to look for her, or should we inquire?
The guy you talked to said that she went out to play one day, outside right on the outskirts of town with her friends, and didn't come back, and the kids didn't seem to remember her. But I don't think you inquired any more details about other than that.
Okay, so I want to shout out and say, oh, hey, your friend, while we're out, we'll keep an eye out for her. Her name was Mary, right? Do you know anything else about where she might be missing at, or any clues that we might look for?
She says, yes, Mary, yes, that was my friend's name. And she turns to her dad and says, see, I told you that it was who they were talking about.
And
she runs over
before we glade.
She runs over to you and she says, I don't know what could have happened to her, but we used to play on the outskirts of town all the time. She showed us all really cool games. And so I guess if you're looking, you can look around there, or maybe ask the other kids or people in town, but I don't know what could have happened to her, but then again, I also wasn't planning on getting kidnapped in a lake, so anything could happen. But I don't know what could have possibly happened to her, but if you keep an eye out for her, that would make me feel better that I can't go myself. And she turns and gives her dad the stink eye.
Cool. All right, well, keep an eye out.
She says, thank you.
Okay, so when we trek back to the inn, what time is it?
You've been going back and forth for maybe a couple hours now, but you woke up pretty early, so I'd say like 2 o'clock, late afternoon, middle afternoon.
Siesta time.
Yeah.
I was gonna say shopping time.
Well, you're not as tired as I am. No, we can go shopping. That's fine.
Okay, can we go stop by that Oh, go ahead.
And I was going to say, we don't have to, like, save it for the group or anything specific. I was just thinking instead of splitting it first, at least look around and talk about options, because we have more money.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to come up. And yeah. Okay, so I guess wagon shop. And then also, I can't remember which shop it was that we got I know that I bought some ink supplies from somewhere. I've already used them up, but I think that was here. And where else do we want to check out? What other kinds of, what shops do we see? I know, isn't there a Blinsky shop here? We're supposed to see him about fixing her boat.
There is Blinsky's Toys. You don't know where it is, but you know it's in town somewhere. The shop that you bought the stuff at last time was back in Barovia. But when you were coming into town, you did see a general store towards the entrance by that carnival wagon.
Okay. Who has healing potions, by the way? Do we have any already? It wouldn't be a bad idea to get, like, at least one if we have none.
Yeah, it really wouldn't be a bad idea to get some since we don't have any good berries.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Erevan has 2 and Vanya has 2.
Vanya has
We
two
don't have a
healing
regular
potions?
source.
Yeah.
Dang.
And a scroll of
Oh.
protection from poison and a scroll of spiritual weapon.
I wrote down that I used my protection from poison scroll.
I don't remember when you used it.
Okay. I don't see the healing potions. Okay. All right. Okay. Did you go? I guess let's head to the general store first.
All right. So you go back into town, and you're walking around. You walk through the gates. The guard lets you in. You walk back towards the entrance, which is where you saw the general store. And it is the Arasek stockyard is a large stockyard with like storage sheds and stuff like that. And there's a little small shop right there that says general store above it, and there's a little door with a bell above it. That's like the entrance.
Cling, cling.
And you walk in, and
Bing bong.
bing bong. Yep, bing bong. You walk in, and a woman is standing at the front desk, and she says it's a middle-aged woman, and she says, "Oh, hello, welcome to the stockyard. Are you looking for something specific? What can I help you with?"
Yeah, I was wondering if you had supplies to scribe magical spells, like maybe like inks and such.
She says, "Oh, magical inks. We don't really keep a whole lot of that in stock here. We mostly have general supplies and such in Sitch. But I mean, depending specifically on what you need, I might be able to supply it or talk to my suppliers and see if they can get any. What are you looking for? Mostly like, I guess how much, and then she'll see, because I'm not going to go into details of stool or whatever.
Yeah, I'm on it on mushrooms. I'm on it on mushrooms. Maybe like 3 charges of inks, like 150 gold worth, and maybe you have a discount if I buy 3. Buy 2, get 1 half off. Anything like that.
She says, well, alchemy supplies are in quite short supply here. It's not every day that we have adventurers walking through needing magical supplies. She says the Baron tends to keep a fairly good supply of magical inks and stuff like that in his house, but I wouldn't exactly expect you to go walking in there asking for those. But I can certainly talk to my supplier and see if there's any way I can get some to you. But it might come a little costly. I might be able to give you 2 shots worth for the cost of 3 at best. But and that doesn't include the delivery fee. But I'll certainly see what I can do if that interests you.
But I'm a Prime member.
She said, "Sorry, our ruler is Strahd here, not Bezos. We don't recognize the authority of capitalism."
Well,
We're Apple, not Android.
Yeah, Strahd is considerably less evil than Bezos, I suppose. Okay, yeah. So why don't you just back burner that, and I'll come back and let you know. Maybe I can score some magic inks another way. What about wagons? We're looking for like a standard like adventurer's wagon. Like padlocks and stores like a good amount of treasure and maybe a couple of wheels. Easy to pull for like a small pony or a buggy. Anything like that? How much I'll run?
She says,
Or a pony riding buggy. I'm
I
sorry, I
don't-
don't know why that popped in my head. It's so bad as it is, but having this literal horse on my shoulder fucking sucks.
I don't see how this makes anything more efficient.
You kidding? It makes the trip a lot shorter for us because we're laughing so hard.
She says, "Oh, like to for a wagon that a horse could drag. Yeah, sure. I have a couple of different options. Depending on which one you want, can get a little bit pricey, but the cheapest one we have, I think, is I think I could sell it to you for 70 gold."
Ooh, 70 gold. Oh, you're breaking my balls. You're breaking my balls. We saved this girl, like, we're like good people to have around, like, score me a cheaper price on that, 60 gold. And I want to haggle with her and see if she'll take 60 gold instead of 70.
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
Make a persuasion check, and I am gonna make it. Oh, Vanya, can she, like, pat Biggie on the back
Guidance,
and say,
yeah.
good job, Biggie, and she casts guidance surreptitiously.
Sure.
God, I love guidance now.
I know.
Figured out how it works.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I love Zach playing
Every
Baldur's
time I go to
Gate
roll,
3.
I'm just. Yeah, every time I go to roll, I'm just like, oh, have I had my guidance yet? Sure, Shadowheart hates me and wants me dead, but she still gives me guidance, so I keep her around.
Well, it's funny because before they added that feature, if you didn't cast guidance before you had the conversation, then you didn't get it for any of the checks during the conversation. So it's really annoying
I would
because
never have remembered.
yeah, I would literally reload just to go back and cast guidance. So now they added it as an automatic thing. So yeah, way better. Okay, so persuasion, I get a -1, which is canceled out by guidance, and then I rolled a 17. So 17 is my total.
Oh, good. She says, "Oh, you're breaking my balls here, but it really is in great condition. We just refurbished it, but you do seem like good people, and I would hate to see you go without. So if 60 gold is all you can afford, then sure, I suppose I can accept that." And she turns to an old man who's sitting in the chair behind. She turns to him and he nods at her, and she says, "Yeah, we can do 60 gold."
Yes, all right, score.
So you drop your giant iron chest of gold and lift it, and there's just piles and piles of gold coins, and you count out 60 coins in front of her.
After I was crying poverty.
Then you pack up the chest and you put the chest in the wagon and you pick up the wagon and start carrying it away.
Awesome. And that's
Not
a
even
locking
using-
wagon, right? So we could like
No, it's like a wagon.
oh, so we couldn't like we can't like lock up our stuff in it.
Not this one. She says if you're looking for a premium model, we've got one that's like. She says we do have one that could be modified into having a compartment that's lockable, but the labor and the time it would take to do that, it wouldn't be ready for a couple of days, and it would be 150 gold.
No. You know what? That's fine. Just we'll take it for now. We'll figure something out.
She says,
what
all right.
else?
Well, if you
Anything else, guys?
That's all I was concerned, and I can see us picking up a lot more loot and kids on the way, and I really don't want to have to drag it all behind me. So I'm happy.
Let me see. I think I'm pretty good. Do we have any kind of oh wait. Oh, I want to ask if they have studded leather armor.
Also, you should check and see if they have any throwing swords.
Yes.
She says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we just have the bare basics for armor here. Most people who come through here don't have the need for anything more than keeping the birds or the wolves off of them. So we have padded armor and leather armor, but nothing fancy."
Yeah, fair enough.
She says, "Oh, we're fresh out of throwing swords.
Aw.
We've got the regular ones."
Let's see. I've got my crowbar. Do we need any other flask of holy water? Hey, you got any empty flasks?
She says, "Oh, sure. How many do you need?"
How much are they?
She says, "1 silver each."
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, do I have 12 silver?
Yeah,
What'd you say? How many silver each?
1 silver per flask.
Okay, can I get 12 empty flasks?
Sure. She goes in the back and gathers up some flasks. Most of them are the same, but some of them look like a little slightly different construction, but they're effectively the same.
Because, like, I've only got one flask of holy water. Maybe I'll come upon some fountain of holy water at some point. Might be nice to, stock up. And then there's all kinds of other things I could put in flask. Blood. I mean, you never know when you need to hold some kind of a fluid.
True. All right, you got 12 flasks and no silver.
Okay. No silver.
Wait,
Anything
we've
else,
got
guys?
12 flasks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay. So, as far as like you said, there's no like magic shops or alchemy shops or anywhere that might sell magic inks, except maybe the Baron might have access to some.
Yeah, she said he usually has some in his house, or he is able to get some. But other than that, there's not like a specific store here. And as the general store, it's kind of like when you go to Albertsons and they can special order something for you.
Yeah.
But like, it might not be the thing that they normally carry. She could do that just as a storekeeper, but they don't have any just in stock on the shelves because it's not a common.
I mean, it's less than a day's travel to Barovia, and we might be back at some point, so... but yeah, okay, so... Alright, so let's head to the Burgermeister's house and see if we can maybe talk to him and see if he's got any cool stuff to spare.
Okay. So you... do you know where it is, or did you need to ask someone?
I'll ask her. I'll say, what's the quickest path to that Burgomeister house guy?
She says, "Oh, the Baron's mansion. He lives in a large manor house up towards the lake gate. It's right past the crossroads on your right. If you're looking for it, you can't miss it. It's pretty much the biggest dwelling in town. But if you're going there, I would use caution and speak politely. He's been in a bad mood lately, and with the festival preparations, he is always busy preparing for the next festival. So you wouldn't want to get on his bad side, especially if you're trying to have him do a favor for you."
When is the next festival?
She says, the... What's it called? She says the Festival of the Blazing Sun is in 2 days from today.
Oh, cool. We got some time.
She says, yes, he's been holed up in his house, working hard on preparations for that. People coming to and from, bringing materials and things like that. So he may or may not be seeing visitors right now, but as long as you're careful, it should be fine to go and see if he's able to help you.
Okay, thanks. We'll talk to you later. We're good on
Okay, be
rations
safe.
and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Rations,
you haven't really
we're
been
fine.
using them.
Okay, so we're gonna head on to the Baron's house and see if we can get an audience. And I don't know
Sounds
exactly
good
what we're
to
gonna
me.
say. I guess
Alright.
I'm looking
Yeah.
for magic stuff, but it probably wouldn't be a
That's
bad.
how I live my. Sorry, go That's how I live my entire life. And seriously, there are times I'm like, why the fuck did I just say that? That was stupid. And I realized I said that out loud too.
You walk down the road and you come to the house, and sure enough, it looks like a big, nice, fancy house. It kind of looks similar to the one in Barovia, except this one isn't covered in claw marks and smashed windows and boarded up windows and stuff, which is a good thing. This mansion has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors.
Knock, knock, knock.
You knock on the doors, and
No, I say
a-
knock. I loudly
You say
say knock, knock, knock.
Oh god.
nothing happens.
I knock with my fist, but I say knock, knock, knock as I do.
Of course. A few moments after you knock, a woman with her hair up in a bun and what looks like some sort of worker outfit comes up and says, "Oh, hello, yes, are you here to see the Baron?"
Yes, I'm inquiring into purchasing from his fine collection of magical inks.
She says, "Oh, great. Well, if he's expecting you, then I'll let you in, and I'll go get him and let him know you're here." And she opens the door and welcomes you in.
Of course he's expecting us. We wouldn't be here if he wasn't.
Yeah. We don't just knock on people's doors uninvited. That would be rude.
And asking them for ink.
So you walk into the entrance, and it's like an entryway vestibule. Framed portraits adorn the walls of this grand foyer, which features a wide staircase with a sculpted railing. A long carpeted hall attached to the foyer stretches almost the length of the mansion and has several doors leading away from it, including one at the far end. And along the entryway and the hall in the center, bundles of twigs are heaped against the walls. Let me see if I can get
what
them.
those are called.
Yeah, I'm sure that
A
they
mansion
had
full
to
of-
dance around.
Hey, I'm 7 years old again. I mean, seriously.
I wonder
That
if
joke
they
was
did that on
regular
purpose.
time travel. It just took me straight back.
Okay, so we walk past the stick bundles to be used
Stick
for
bundles. Hold on. I should have just had table plop open, but I didn't have a chance. I didn't know where anything was going to happen, so.
If I'm in America, I can say cigarette, and that's fine. But if I'm in England,
Yeah.
I get demonetized.
I think it's the other way around.
I cannot get demonetized, by the way. I'm not monetized. I don't even. I do not qualify for monetization.
That
Although
should
if
be
I
good.
did qualify for monetization, I would very quickly disqualify myself.
This is what you see. So, an entry hall and a staircase to the right, a door to the right, a door to the left. I think that is. Yeah, there's a door to the left
Looks like it.
and a hallway ahead of you. And she takes you to the den, which is somewhere. Hold on. She takes you to the den, which is straight ahead and off the hallway to the right. So I'm going to send another picture. Sorry, yeah, this sucks compared to Table Plop, but it's the first door on the right when you're walking into the hallway, and this is the room. It's got a big bearskin rug and maybe a description.
Interesting.
For the description. Padded chairs and couches line the walls of this cozy carpeted den. The room reeks of pipe smoke, and mounted on the east wall is the head of an angry-looking brown bear.
Oh, I know that. Reeking of pipe smoke.
And the woman says, "Wait here for a few moments. I'll go see if I can fetch the Baron for you." And she leaves.
Okay, so I think I see a double door with the steps leading outside, so that's where we are. Where is this entry hall with the bear rug? Where is that located?
So if you look at the second picture, and you kind of just have to like extrapolate, it's the first door on the right when you walk into the hall, though.
Before the stairs?
After the stairs. If I can.
Like we can see it?
Hold on.
Look at the hallway in the second picture and line it up with the hallway up above. That's how you know which room. There you go.
Oh, sorry, that's... I
Okay,
duplicated the hallway. But yes.
Oh, that's part
like
of the same. That it overlaps. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I cut out all the rooms you can't see, but better.
Okay, cool. We can see that room?
No, she takes you in there. That's where she takes you. And
oh, okay. So we walk into the house. We walk past the staircase and all the stick bundles. We walk into the door on the right, and now we're in here with all the chairs, and there's a bear's head in the wall, and she said, "I'll be right back," sort of thing.
Yep.
Anything on the tables?
Various trinkets and things, empty cups, empty pipes, nothing of value or consequence.
God, it's just like my bedroom. Okay. Hey, do you guys want to just stay here, or do you want to like? Does anyone want to like explore, like sneak away, like without their permission?
I thought you'd never ask.
Who's gonna go?
Either me or Zoe. Zoe, you were like, I thought you never asked, so you the one who wants to go, or should I go?
It's because I clearly was not making a bad joke. That's what I meant. I really wanted to go. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. What's the worst that could happen?
Okay, Biggie and Vanya can stay here and talk to her when she comes back, and then you guys can go out and start exploring.
God, this is gonna end so badly.
And Jake wishes he loaded up Table Plop.
It's okay.
I
We
mean,
can
I
be patient
can.
this time. We can sit and wait. We don't have to explore.
You can go explore.
Let's stop and
If you get caught, say you were looking for the bathroom. It always works.
Wait, do those exist in D&D? Or is it like the Romans had the giant public poop houses, or the outhouse or the hole in the back of the village? How does that work here?
Those poop houses, although everyone used the same sponge to wipe themselves and then rinsed it
I
off
know,
in just
right?
plain running water, it was still the height of hygiene at the time. And we should respect their poop sponges.
Bestie.
Okay, I'll go ahead and go sneak around, I guess.
Me too.
Yeah.
Everyone just goes and sneaks around, and then they come back and, oh, that's weird. There were people here.
Guidance. Vanya's gonna guidance Erevan.
Yeah. I am getting guidance on.
And then
Okay, we're in the barrel room currently?
1 second.
Alright. I have a feeling you're loading up the tablecloth.
How did you know? I was trying to not be too obvious, because I didn't want you to like load it and see the map before it was hidden. But yeah, it's loaded up. You guys can join in if you want. It's a new scene actually, but it should be visible.
Yeah.
Mansion.
And no tokens at the moment, but
mansion.
I can't even see the bear room.
it's not revealed yet
Oh, okay. My
because
bad.
I literally just loaded the image in Tableplop.
Yeah.
So that's the room you are in.
Cool. I want to
Must smell
venture
terrible.
across the hall and look in the other door, literally right across from the bear room.
See if I can
Nice.
add some token. Do what?
Wait. Zoe.
Okay. So Zoe, you wanted to look in the room across the hallway?
Yep.
Okay, you step out of the door and look to the left and the right, and you don't see any sign of anyone. And you walk up to the door and try to open it. And
Everyone
as
rotates.
you approach the door and place your hand on the handle, you hear the chatter of female voices from inside the room. Do you continue to go and open it?
Uh-oh.
Can I try to crack it open very slightly so I can just kind of glance inside?
Sure, make a stealth check.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys should use the hide action.
And normally you have disadvantage on stealth because you have heavy armor, but since you're just being stealth, you're stealthily opening the door, not necessarily sneaking around. So you just can make it with regular. No disadvantage.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to find it on the new layout.
I would recommend not using Tableplop because I don't know if your characters are updated, but you can try. Should be the same
Oops,
token.
I did it twice. My bad.
We
But
will use the first
was a
one.
19. See, I'm
Just
used to
make
hitting
sure.
the little paper airplane and then hitting enter, and
Yeah.
so I'm doing that still.
And that's correct. Your stealth is 2, so the stats must be good. Okay, so you crack open the door just a little bit, and the people inside are distracted enough to not see what you're doing. As you look into the room, you see what I'm about to reveal, and a description that I will read. A chandelier of wrought iron fitted with wax candles. Hold on. Damn it, I just saw a TikTok about this the other day. It's not called a chandelier. If it has candles, it's called something completely different. But if Google is not going to tell me in the
Candelier.
first search, I'm not going to waste time.
A
Candelier.
Oh my god, you made the joke.
But
too.
chandelier means candle holder. Maybe it's something else. Anyway, whatever. I'll look that up later and say, haha. A chandelier of wrought iron fitted with wax candles, hangs above a polished wooden dining table. Around the table are seated 8 women of various ages in comfortable, high-backed chairs. They wear faded clothes, drink
Wait, is
tea.
it Wait, were you thinking of candelabra?
No, because that's a little small thing. It's hanging above. I'll look it up later. I'll find the TikTok. It's someone actually I don't even know. Anyway, it was a completely different word, and I was like, what? But maybe it was the opposite. Maybe it's only a chandelier if it has candles, and it's something else if it's not candles. But anyway,
That might be no.
because it says chandelier means candle holder, so it literally is. But
it's okay. We'll take
Yeah.
it.
The women wear faded clothes, drink tea, and devour cake, while a 9th woman, well dressed and very pleased with herself, circles the table and talks excitedly about decorations for the impending festival. So there's 8 women sitting around a table drinking tea and eating cake, and another well-dressed woman walking around and talking about, oh, and we'll do this, and we'll do that, and we'll decorate, and blah, 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 blah. And no one notices you yet, but she is walking and circling the table, so her view is changing any given moment.
Okay, then I want to go ahead and not press my luck and pull the door shut quietly.
Okay. Door shuts. You
then I
continue
go
to hear
down.
their voices inside.
Okay, I want to go ahead and continue down to the next room on the bottom, on the left.
Okay.
And I want to open up that door and peek inside.
All right. You walk over to that room and peek open the door. Go ahead. There are no noises, but are you going to do it quietly still?
Gonna try.
All right. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Is it a girandole?
Yes. What is that, and how did I misinterpret it?
It's a French ornamental branched candlestick or light fixture, often resembling a small chandelier. They were used in the second half. I just looked up chandelier on Wikipedia, and it's like see also, and there's a whole bunch of other chandelier-like objects. And I just picked that one because it had a cool name, so I'm like, that's probably it. And I couldn't pronounce the other ones.
And I don't know what the difference.
Girandole.
I rolled an 8, by the way.
No, I don't even know what the difference is. I never looked it up after I saw the TikTok, but it was someone who seemed like they were like an authority on English grammar and words and stuff.
Okay, so a chandelier is a branched, often ornate lighting fixture suspended from the ceiling, while girandole is an ornamental branched candle holder, sometimes with a mirror behind. So, there's also a thing called a luminaire. And I'm done.
Okay. But yes, girandole was the word I'm looking for, so I'm glad you found it. So I was going to say, technically it's not a chandelier, it's a girandole if it has candles, but maybe girandole is more specific. But anyway, you see the room, and this room, you made a stealth check, right?
Yeah, I got an 8. So basically I crashed into the room like Kramer.
Well, if there was anyone in here, then they would see you and hear you opening the doors, but fortunately this room is empty of people. White sheets cover 2 plain wooden tables in the center of this room. Neatly arranged atop one table is a complete set of polished silverware. The other table is covered with wicker baskets containing turnips and beets. So the table in front of you is baskets of turnips and beets, and the other table is a bunch of silverware that's like ready to be set out.
Camp supplies for your long rest.
All right, I want to go to the door above me and peek in.
All right.
I would like to try to do so stealthily as well.
Go ahead.
17.
All right. You crack the door open, and this is a room of similar size to the den, but definitely not as fancily decorated. It looks more like sleeping quarters. And inside of here, you see this room contains 4 simple beds and an equal number of plain wooden trunks. There are side tables on the side of each bed and a 4-seated wooden table in the center of the room.
Okay, I want to shut the door and then sneak back to our room to tell them about the rooms that I found. And there's
Wait,
more
there's another
rooms to
room.
the left of us.
There is another room to the left, but that was an accident.
Okay,
I
but let's
didn't have the layer locked.
let's treat this like.
There's a door here.
Cube.
There's-
I'm safe, and I don't open up any more doors until everyone else has opened up 3.
Oh, send Aravan next.
Yeah, I want to go back to our room. I've pressed my luck.
Okay. You safely return to your room.
Hey,
And I tell
Sully, what'd you find? Did you find?
8 women giggling, a table with silverware, and 4 beds
Oh.
with trunks and nightstands.
Alright, but that first room is pretty lucky, man. Anyway.
Yeah, they look like they're about to have a big meal.
I'm gonna go and investigate this door over here.
All right. So Aravan, as you step out of the door, the maid who was sent to go get the Baron approaches down the stairs and steps around the corner. And if you'd like to make a dexterity check to very quickly pop back in the room and shut the door,
Yeah.
you can make a dexterity saving throw. Otherwise, she'll just question you for what you're doing, and you have to come up with an answer.
Okay. Hold on. Ugh, stupid new layout. I hate it.
So
I got
you
a six.
you step out of the door and you like gently shut it so it's going to shut all the way while you're walking away, but then you hear footsteps and so you like turn around and grab for the door and you're like grabbing for it and you fall over and kind of land on the door handle, and as she turns the corner you're fallen, lost your balance, leaning on the door, holding onto the door handle. Looks kind of like you're like trying to push the door open, and she comes around the corner and she just stops and she says, are you okay? Sorry it took so long.
I never.
Tell her you're doing isometric exercises, stretches on the door.
I was coming out looking for the restroom. Aravan looks like he's about to cry from embarrassment.
She says, oh, I'm sorry, you need to use the chamber pot.
Yes.
Let me scroll through and see if there's a chamber pot room.
Chamber pot. Oh my god.
I feel like that's a very overlooked thing in Dungeons & Dragons, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
Every house should have a specific room that
or
is...
can,
Yeah.
yeah, or like, a couple of outhouses in between each area where people
Yeah.
live, or, sewer system.
Yeah. Like, that stuff all just seems to be, like, completely glazed over, which I guess is fine, but it's a natural part of existence.
Or, the guy that you pay who comes by once a day, who you lower your chamber pot down on a hook and they dump it into their wagon.
Yeah.
And then they get a clean one up so that the neighborhood stays less stinky.
D&D needs more chamber pots.
I'm gonna write an article.
Hey,
she says,
forget tracking rations. We need to track when our characters take bowel movements and make Constitution saving throws if you gotta go and you're in the middle of a battle.
Literally, like, have you imagine that gotta happen
gotta
to
poop.
adventurers.
D&D, the Oregon Trail.
She says, oh, the bathroom's upstairs. If you absolutely can't wait, I can escort you there, and show you the way. But the Baron should be down in a couple of minutes. He's just finishing up some business upstairs.
You know what? Yeah, sure.
She says, oh, okay. Let me load up the second floor on table plop.
Haha.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
There was many ways this could have gone tonight. That was not one you were predicting.
That's why I didn't bother predicting anything, because it could have gone anywhere.
Let's go explore a complex mansion with a whole bunch of rooms and nothing of interest.
You know what we should do after this? We should go back to the other guy that we got the gold from and ask him how much to buy his daughter. That way she can go on the adventure with us.
Oh my god.
I'm sure he won't take offense at all using his
Yeah.
own gold.
Probably phrase that slightly differently.
But we gave you the gold for rescuing her. This doesn't work. This doesn't make sense. Why are you buying her?
Oh my god. Did you break it?
Huh?
Oh.
Oh no,
Never
it was just showing. Let's see. Lock it and then do some revealing. Okay. So she leads you up the stairs and down the hall. Which is this way. Ah. Oh wait, yeah, it doesn't reveal until I hit accept. I was like, wait, no. Forgot about that. Down this hall, that's a safe way to reveal. And you pass by a hallway with a bunch of doors on either side.
Oh man.
And you get to the end of this larger hallway and you see it continues and there's more doors and a staircase down. But she opens the door to this little room here and says, here's the bathroom. The chamber pot is in the corner. I just changed it recently, so it should be cleaned for you.
Hey.
And she says, "I'll wait for you outside. Just when you're finished, I'll bring you back downstairs."
Dang. Okay.
I decided to jokingly whisper to the rest of the group, "Let's all move one room down. And listen up against the walls so we can hear her freak out when she comes back. Then we'll be like, we're always in this room. What are you talking about?"
Let's gaslight our host. Is that a deception check to gaslight?
I guess so.
You know, I really thought she might have stepped away for at least a moment so I could sneak out and do my things, but since I'm in here, I wanna see if there's anything else. If there's anything.
Well, this room you're in is the bathroom, and it has an iron tub with clawed feet stands against the back wall. Neatly folded towels rest atop a table near the door, and in the corner there is a chamber pot. And there is a door leading out of this room to the north.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Gonna sneaky all up in there.
Okay, let's see where that leads.
Please be somewhere interesting. Please.
Let's see. Make sure this is the right room. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, you open the door, and it opens. Not locked or anything. and reveals the room. There are several doors leading out of the room, but the room itself, this room smells of powder and fine perfume. A vanity with a mirror stands against one wall next to a faceless wooden mannequin wearing a white bridal gown. Mounted on another wall is a full-length mirror with a gilded frame, so like gold inlaid. A door in one corner leads to a garderobe, which I guess like a lavatory. Okay, why would they use that word? So that's the room you just came from. So there is a wooden mannequin with a wedding dress.
Named Mac.
A vanity with a mirror. So this is just a vanity. And it's got a mirror on it.
A wedding dress in a pawn shop. That's so sad. Was the wedding in Philadelphia? Got any poppers?
And across from that is a full-length mirror, which I guess is that right there.
Put on the dress, model it in the mirror.
I don't think there's much to be seen in here. Maybe besides the vanity. Can I take a closer look at the vanity thing?
Sure. You look up closer, and it's like a makeup vanity. It's got fine perfumes and makeups and things like that, all neatly lined up and closed. Doesn't look like they've been used recently, but they look like they're expensive.
I'm gonna put on some of that perfume and just walk away.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over here.
Okay.
Open up that.
You open that. That's what I thought the garderobe was, but I don't know what that is. I guess it's just a closet.
Dang.
But it doesn't have a description on the map.
Yeah, we're probably not
That's
supposed
the
to see it.
toilet. That's the garderobe. Now that I'm looking at it, that's the toilet.
Well,
Did you just poop in their sink?
No, there's a chamber pot in the bathroom with the bathtub, but for some reason the actual toilet is on the other end through the bridal dressing room.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, someone didn't think out this layout very well, but
No,
there it is.
You definitely pooped in their sink. Or you possibly
I
pooped
did
in
not-
their
I,
bathtub.
okay, I canonically did not do anything in the bathroom. The other door.
Oh, okay. You're just sneaking around. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you see, I assumed to stick to it the role, like method actor, that you would actually go in there and poop, so
You are
that they
a
can
bard.
smell and confirm. If you come out and it doesn't smell like you pooped, they might look at you funny.
Okay. Big E doesn't realize that you were just doing that as a ruse to get upstairs. So he's like, when he's done, I gotta go.
You try to open that door and it's locked, and as you try the handle, you hear a knocking on the door of the bathroom, and she says, "Everything okay in there?"
I'm gonna go back in here, and I'm gonna conveniently come out and say, I'm sorry for taking so long.
She says, "Oh, it's all right. Sometimes after eating too many bear steaks, the same thing happens to me."
Yeah.
She says, "All right, shall we go back downstairs? I didn't hear any running water, so I'm guessing you didn't wash your hands, but that's okay. No one around here does."
Oh my god.
She says, "Just wipe any physical debris off on the towels. That's what they're there for.
Nasty.
This is medieval times. We don't care about germs."
Anyways, I'm gonna just follow the person back.
Okay. She leads you back to the den, and just about as soon as you get there, she's walking out the door, and the Baron walks by her. and he walks up to you into the room, and he says, "Are these the ones who you said were looking for me?" And she says, "Yes, Baron. They said they came to purchase some fine inks and materials from you." He says, "Inks? I didn't have any deliveries going out today. What's the meaning of this?"
Iggy, this is your turf. You explain.
Oh shit.
Good afternoon, sir. Your Highness, Your Majesty. I was just shopping around. I'm a wizard of great renown, and I was just searching for some fine quality inks with which I could update my spell book. And the fellow at the general store said that that I could come see you, and he said that you've got a wide variety of inks that you would be be willing to sell at a reasonable market price. And so, good fellow, as a businessman, I entreat thee to sell me some ink. That's why we're here.
He says, well, I'm very busy at the moment with festival preparations. I can't be taken away from my business for something as simple as this without advance notice." He turns to the maid and says, "You couldn't have told me this before you took me away from my work. I had to finish up what I was doing and come down here." He says, "Go find them some. Go to my apothecary and find what they're looking for and sell it to them at market price. Get them out of my sight. I'm busy."
Oh, also, we're a group of adventurers, and we heard about this festival. We would be willing to offer our services if you need any help setting up for the festival.
He raises an eyebrow at you and says, "Yes. If you would like to help me, I would certainly be willing to cut you a discount on what you're asking for."
Yeah.
In what ways would you be able to provide assistance? What are your skill sets?
Well, I cannot speak for my companions here. They'll have to figure that out themselves. But for me, you see, sir, not only am I a wizard of great illusion and prestidigitation, but in fact, I am of the order of blade dancers, of the elves, the famous elf swordsmen, and I would be willing to dance in your parade and display my ancient art for the entertainment. And coupled with my magic, I could probably do some Gandalf shit that really made it exciting during your festival of don't frown or we hang you or whatever it is. Yeah, so I could totally make it an awesome time. Yeah.
He says, "Oh, great! We're always looking for more entertainment."
Yeah. All right.
He says, "Great. Well, the festival's in 2 days, so if you'll be here for that, then I'll make sure to write you down and write you a section into the performance, and just come up with something, and I'll make sure you get a chance to entertain. Mostly it'll be going around town doing stuff. There's not like a big official performance." He says, "But the festival, this one I'm calling the Festival of the Blazing Sun. We're building a great wicker sun that we're going to set aflame in the center of the town square, and it will be glorious. So if you'd like to theme it around that, that would be good."
Well, sounds awesome.
"Yes, it will be incredible. It will certainly raise the spirits of all the people in town, as the rest of my festivals have done."
Cool. I think my friends can do stuff too, and Big E kind of looks at his friends.
I'm gonna be playing tunes all night. Gonna do my bardy crap.
He says, "Great. Performer and an instrumentalist."
Yeah, he plays music while I dance. It's the thing that we do. And also, and he looks at Zoe and Vanya, and he kind of motions like,
Nope.
uh,
Nope. 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 Nope.
we don't have to all be in it. It might be good to have some on the in and some outside. So I would think Vanya probably is not interested in performing.
Neither am I. All I know is this is not the direction anybody expected this to go. Or we start setting up festivals and we're performers in them like some sort of a bad story arc in an anime. Or an in-between arc filler.
It's a filler
or
episodes.
two.
Filler episodes.
No.
It's just our beach episode, guys.
We'll just-
Don't
we'll
worry about it.
Don't mind my Peach episode. Don't mind my retarded friend over there. I apologize. We just want to buy the inks and go on. I mean, you can stay and sing and dance or whatever, but the rest of us, we just want to move on.
Well, that's in 2 days, and my thought, because like I guess we're gonna go to the wizard. Well, next we're gonna go to Strahd. That's the very next thing we're doing, and then we're gonna investigate the Wizard of Wines. But I feel like because people are saying some stuff about this boss guy here, so I feel like it would be a good deal to get involved in everyone's shit. Because there's a lot of real interesting characters. There's that circus guy, so Big E just wants to. He just wants to get involved and tie himself up. Oh, remember how Arabelle, her dad was like, "Don't go meddling in local affairs." Like Big E wants to definitely meddle in all the local affairs.
He was. To be clear, he was talking to Arabelle about that, not to you guys.
Yeah.
No.
But that's what Big E's gonna do.
Yeah.
24 hours from now, when we're scooping manure up, I'm just going to be like, you wrote me into this. But he wrote me into this. Okay, but no, seriously, before we go to Strahd, we really got to figure out if we can convince her to come help us or not. She's part of our destiny dream, right?
Yeah.
Fortune.
Yeah, we need to do something with that.
Either way, let's buy the inks and then let's and you know, if you want to, I'll happily watch you work for the next 2 days.
No, we don't. We have to do anything. We come back in 2 days.
Yeah, not for 2 days. In 2 days.
Yeah, so we
I
do. So we
misunderstood.
can do other stuff for 2 days. Then when the festival's going on, we can come here and we can weasel our way into their business.
Oh, okay. So if that means we get the inks at the discounted price, wink, nudge. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. We'll come back in 2 days to help out with the festival. I love that picture.
He says, he says, yes, certainly. If you'd be willing to help in the festival, I could cut you a small deal on the inks and things. He says, normally, we would charge X price, but I could give you a discount for Y price, where X is
they're 50
like
gold.
Yeah,
to
X is
charge,
3
basically.
times the amount of the price, and Y is cost. So 50 gold. So he's giving you a real big discount for what he normally charges, but realistically, like book wise, it's just normal price.
Wait, what are you saying? X and Y?
So whatever numbers he says normally a set of inks would be 150 gold, but I'd be willing to sell it to you for 50 and give you a pretty good discount if you're willing to participate in my festival.
Yeah, I will take that. Yes, absolutely.
So how much? Whatever. So great. Maid lady, go gather whatever supplies they need and bring them to them and collect payment. I've got to go oversee the weaving. They were just at a crucial moment. I've got to make sure they're not messing it up again. And he says, if you have any questions about the festival, let me know. But stay out of trouble in the meantime. And he takes his leave and walks out. And she says, oh, okay, well, let me just go, let me get a list of what you need, and I'll go see if I can find it and bring it back and charge you the price that he negotiated.
Awesome. Yeah, I sent that picture in Facebook so I could copy it from my phone into a table plop. I mean, not tableplop. OBS. So I put it on my stream
Did-
now.
Didn't I re-Photoshop this for you and made it look really good? And then we decided that it shouldn't look like it was really good. So that's why we went back to this one.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, and also this is the one that I could find. I was doing.
Yes.
I was making that Trailer Park Boys meme, and I used my photo editor for the first time in a long time. And I opened it up, and the last thing I saved was this, and I was like, Big E, Samurai Big E. Yeah, so I figured I'd put it up. That other picture was good, but this one's more accurate, so.
Yeah, this one actually fits better because it's not perfect.
It's so obvious.
It's like something he would create for his own character.
Yeah.
Like, this is what my character looks like, but you have to use your imagination a little bit. Wait a second. Is that chicken part of the picture, or did you add that?
Chicken?
The chicken on the Rurouni Kenshin's shoulder?
Oh, yeah.
That's your fucking bird, your owl.
Oh,
It's literally Big E, the character.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Oh
Yeah, the
my
chicken.
god.
Big E is like, he's like, I want a chicken familiar, and the DM is like, no, there's no chicken familiar. He's like, okay, well, what's the closest thing to a chicken? An owl. Okay, it's an owl, but it looks like a chicken, and it clucks instead of hoots.
Hoot. That's awesome. Yeah, I guess I should Photoshop a little owl face over it. Biggie. Samurai shampoo, Biggie. Samurai shampoo.
But yeah, she brings you the stuff. And how much did you say you wanted? Did you want 150 worth?
Yeah, 150 worth, so, which I'm gonna call, like, 3 charges. Like, I could do 1 level 2 and 1 level 1, or 3 level 1s.
I'm gonna write 150 gold, subscribe components, and remove 150 gold. Oh, and you spent 60, right? On the wagon?
On the cart, yeah.
So 591, and then minus 150, so 441. Okay. And
Wait,
she
I
says,
thought he
alrighty, well,
I thought he was giving a discount. That was only 50.
yeah, 50 each.
That's the normal price.
Yeah. Discounted from 150 each.
Oh, he was...
Yeah.
So he was going to triple charge us.
Yep. He said the going price is 150 each, but I'll discount it to only 50 each.
I'll accept that. So, good. You know what spell I'm going to get next? So, I have 4 options to scribe. I'm going to do a level 2 spell. I have 4 options. Hold person, magic weapon, knock, but why would I do any of those when I could do invisibility?
Do you have scrolls?
No, that's the spell book.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Shit. You got to remember,
Yeah.
you got to roll for it. Do you lose the components if you fail the roll?
No, all you need is the money and time. If you're just scribing in a normal way, it's just money and time. Unless, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but if you just go look, scribing a spell into your screen...
Yeah, I'm doing
it's,
whatever the book says.
it's one of those things, it doesn't explicitly say that you can scribe other spell, but like it kind of does, but it's like in the sidebar. It's
Okay,
50
that's
gold and plus
it's scroll scribing. It's scroll scribe. Wait.
That's
Huh?
like most of it, but you know how they are with their rules. But I can't do that until a long rest anyway. So I just want to have the materials so that when we do a long rest.
I could have sworn it took a roll. Okay, well, good. I'm glad it doesn't. That'd be stupid if it does.
Yeah, I think if you're trying to do stuff with like higher level spells or something like that. But yeah, so adding new spells from, and especially spell books. So that's why like most missions will usually have a spell book in it at some point. So it's kind of like it's another way for the wizard to learn spells. But he has to get the money, then he has to find a place to buy the ink, then he has to wait until a long rest or until he's going to sit there and waste however many hours to do it. So I was figuring like basically as you get the components, you can do like a spell a night, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go look up the timing again, but yeah, basically I
That's
just want to be stocked up so that I have a chance to scribe something. And next, I'm going to do invisibility because all the fun things I'll do with that spell.
It's 2 hours per level of the spell, 2 hours and 50 gold per level. So invisibility, I think, would be 4 hours and 100 gold.
And I transfer 4 hours, so
Yeah.
that work?
So, a long rest, basically.
Yeah, but
Huh,
we're
I
What
could
if
have
it's like
sworn
2 in the
I don't know.
afternoon?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do
Huh?
it yet. I'm just getting.
Yeah.
I have to have the ink
Okay.
now, so that when we are doing the rest, I can take the ink out and then use it.
That makes a lot more sense. Okay.
I know it's pretty confusing. It's like they do that on purpose. It's a wizard, so it's like let's make it a really confusing class because you have to have high intelligence IRL to play it.
Yeah.
I make an investigation check to read my character sheet.
Here it is. A wizard spell on a scroll can be copied just as spells and spellbooks can be copied, but you have to succeed on a check or lose the scroll. But that's from a scroll, not from a book. Book you can just copy for free whenever you want, but a scroll is a chance to fail. But it doesn't say that in the wizard entry. You have to go look at the spell scroll entry in the DMG in order to see that rule. It should be in the wizard entry that says, if you're trying to describe a spell from a scroll, but whatever. That's what I was thinking of. So yeah, your spell book, you're free. You can just instantly scribe it for the cost. That's really strong.
Woohoo! Yeah, well, it's just not that way. I don't have to only wait until level ups to gain
Yeah.
any spells, because that's like all wizards get. Like, okay, I'm a blade singer, so I get that stuff too. But other than that, you look at a wizard's level ups, and it's just like new spells, new spells, new spells. So
Yeah.
that's 100% of my utility is racking up spells.
And with a spell book, like granting a spell book as a treasure item, literally that is the only purpose for it. There is no other reason to grant a spell book other than if you have a wizard who wants to scribe it, or I guess you could sell it. But spell scrolls, anyone can cast them. It's a usable item. Literally, the only reason for a book is to scribe. So no, that's exactly what it's for. I just could have sworn that it was like, oh, but you have a chance to fail. But no, that's only scrolls, which is cool. So, she says, all right, well, here's your stuff. I'll take the gold, and let me know if you have any questions about the festival. But other than that, have a nice day.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I think we can be done with them for now. We've harassed them. We got some stuff. Unless there's anything you guys wanted to do, we could look around the city more, and then whenever we're done, we could head. I mean, we probably don't want to go to Strahd in the middle of the afternoon, so we probably would be done when we're done with the city. We'd go back to the inn, talk to Arena, make our plan to go see Strahd in the morning, then do another long rest, and then we can head out first thing in the morning. Was my thoughts. But we could look around the city. I think. Is there any other shops that we haven't, or areas that we haven't looked at, or?
I think we got everything we needed.
I believe so. Let me scroll to the list here. See if there's anything obvious that I might have mentioned that you didn't do.
Oh, and Zach wanted to see if we could get Arabelle to come with us to see Strahd. Maybe we could.
Am I getting stuff confused? Because I thought she was supposed to come with to help us.
She is the one foretold by the fortune to be. How was it phrased?
A helper, I guess.
She is a one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. And it was pretty much confirmed that it was talking about her. But the guy said he's not letting her leave the camp because it's too dangerous.
Yeah, but we could maybe get her to sneak out or something. Is that okay to encourage a 7-year-old girl to sneak out away from her home in the middle of the night and come on an adventure to a vampire's castle? I feel like there's something.
I mean,
inappropriate.
I don't know. Are we not supposed to bring her along with? Because I don't really care. I just figure
There's no
if we're
supposed to. D&D.
if there's a prophecy that says that she comes along with us, I feel like we should do that because that prophecy probably means we're not going to live if we don't. So I don't know. You can do whatever you guys want.
I'm into it.
I'm not
Hey,
invested or anything. I just
did you say we have 440 gold left from the 650? We spent 60 on the cart and 150 on the ink.
Yes, you personally have 441 gold left after gaining the 650, and I think you had like one left, which is what the one comes from in that.
Oh yeah, I did have one. Okay, I'm tracking it. I'm just tracking it on my sheet. I know you're tracking, but I'm just doing that so I can keep track of, so I know what we have.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we talk to Arena, let's head to Arabelle and see. I guess what we could do is we could either try to convince her dad to let her go with us if we have a good reason, or we could talk. I don't think we should have her sneak out. I think we should try to convince her dad. Anything else? Kidnapping a 17-year-old girl just doesn't seem like it's good
7.
to do.
okay. Then we don't have to. I didn't know. I thought the prophecy was saying we needed to.
No, let's go talk to her dad and see if he'll let her go with. So let's head. Yeah, so we want to head back to the Vistani camp.
All right. You approach the Vistani camp, and let's see.
Yeah, I mean, if she was like a teenager, then I would be like, oh, just sneak out. Your dad doesn't have to know. But seven, we should probably get permission.
You climb the hill, you get back to the top, and there's no one in the main tent that you walk by, but you did know the wagon that they were at, that she was originally walking to, and you saw them walk back towards when you left. And so you go towards that wagon, and you approach the wagon. This barrel-topped wagon is nicer than the others. Drapes of gold and silk hang in the windows, and the wheels have gold, sun-shaped hubcaps. An iron chimney pipe protrudes from the roof. And there's like a door on the back of it that you can knock on.
Knock.
Knock, knock, knock. The door opens, and Luvash is there. He says, welcome back. Something I can help you with? And you look inside past him, and the wagon is just a mess inside. There's like empty wineskins, dirty clothes, mangy furs. There is there's a small hammock strung across the width of the wagon under the driver's seat, and Arabelle is sitting on the hammock, and she's holding a little burlap doll with button eyes. And there's a small iron stove in the middle of the wagon that's burning right now, keeping the wagon warm. He's like, "Yeah, what can I help you with?"
Biggie nudges Aravan.
Man, don't nudge me right now. Slowly
Do that.
back up.
Do that mind control song, and force him to sit. Yeah, and force him to send his daughter on a perilous journey with a bunch of strangers. That did save her life.
Fine.
Yeah. Obviously, they can trust us.
Fine. I step back up and go, may I play you a song? Cause just can I play you a song, please?
He says, "Oh, sure. I'm always up to listen to a skilled performer play their play their instrument, marking off enthralling performance. And he says, please be my guest. I'm sure Arabelle would be happy to hear it too. And she nods. And you perform.
Yes, and I purposefully make the story of the song about going to like Strahd's castle and stuff, and with the little girl, and she saves us all and stuff. And she frees the land of the curse.
All right. You perform for 1 minute, and they need to make some saving throws. Open up stat blocks. See. And your DC on that is 12.
Ooh.
All right. So you play your music, and Arabelle is just like hands on her chin, like enthralled with you, and just like blinking slowly and just listening intently to you. And at the end of your performance, Luvash claps and goes, brilliant, brilliant performance. I would love to hear you come and perform at one of our parties sometime. But he doesn't seem to be magically enthralled. He just seems to like your music.
That's not what I was getting at, but you know.
Can't work every time.
Mm. Well, I thank them for enjoying the performance. And then I turn and whisper to Vicky, it didn't work. And I told you, it's not an immediate mind control song. You gotta understand the art of the liar, man.
You can still talk to him normally and try to, like, persuade him or something. You don't have to have a magical song.
I know, but it really helps with the magical song.
True. True.
Alright, I want to try to persuade him. Like, it would be really swag. It's her destiny kind of speech.
Yeah, Destiny, yeah.
He listens to your compelling argument, and he nods thoughtfully, and he says, I mean, I do understand the urgency, and that it's seems to be of very great importance to you, but I can't bear to let her go. On the day I brought her back, I just got her back. He says, give me a couple of days to talk to the other Vistani around here, and I'll see what they think. But for right now, I just don't feel comfortable letting her leave. To go with I know you guys saved her, but a band of adventurers who I just met, you know. He says, I'll certainly consider your offers, your request, but I'll have to think about it.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll see you later then.
He says, yes, if you need anything else, or of course if any other evidence comes up that you would like to present me and try and convince me otherwise, then please, by all means.
I think
Maybe-
we've exhausted
maybe-
all our options. Huh?
Maybe after we visit Strahd, maybe we'll have some new info or something that we can use to convince him.
Maybe she's not supposed to come with us at all. And I just really fucked this up.
Okay, so we're just going to head back to the inn, and I think we're done for the day, and we can talk to Arena and we can tell her that yeah, we've been talking to people, and it's going to be a good idea to go see Strahd, because if not, he's probably going to come get us anyway, and then he won't be happy.
Okay. So you
yeah.
are you just talking about saying that, or is that what you're doing?
Yeah, we do that. We go back there, and that's what I want to say to Arena.
Okay, you go back to the inn and you put your weapons and tools down for the day. You're planning on just like resting here afterwards, right? Starting to get like maybe 6 o'clock or so.
Yep, yeah, we're loading up all our stuff in the cart, and well, I guess we're not. We don't want to put our gold in the cart because it doesn't lock. We'll bike
the
chain
cart's
it up
just
all back.
the cart is to move stuff around, so you can empty it and carry the stuff in with you and put it in your room. You could even keep it in your inn room. You got the key and stuff, so
yeah,
Sure.
for now, and then when we go to travel, we can bring it with us.
yeah.
I just have a feeling at some point in the future we're going to be really thankful we have a wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you find any more
That
treasure
was a
of
good call.
any size larger than that, and you got to transport it from where you find it, yeah, this is a short distance to your house conveniently, but
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
all right. So you talk to Irina about your plan, and she says, "Wait, what does your plan involve? Are you still wanting to take her, or are you going to go by yourselves?"
No. We decided it's a good idea to take her because probably he just has some kind of true sight. He's just going to know. However, I do think that just to kind of like test him, I think that you should go in disguise in like a black cloak, and we'll say that you're like our servant, and then we should still do the thing where Big E dresses up like Arena and tries to pass himself off. And, you know, then we'll see how he acts. We'll see if he notices. Like, he might notice but not say anything. So, yeah. But if we have her there, I figure that he won't get, like, too mad. Like, if he does say something, it'll just be like, ha ha ha, nice try, trying to waste my time. But better have Arena
Yeah, 'cause
here.
at least
and then
she's
we're like,
there.
oh, yeah. Yeah, haha, we were just joking. See, she's right here.
That's fair. She says she looks not very happy with the plan, and she says, "Well, I really, really, really don't want to go there. The last couple of times I've been in that close contact with Strahd, it never turned out good. I lost my memory, not lost my memory, but couldn't remember what happened, and just all around bad vibes. But you've come this far, and so far my faith in you has been well put. So if you think this is what's best after having lots of time to consider it, then I suppose I can go with your plan, but I do not have a good outlook on the result."
Oof. Okay. Is there anything you need to do to prepare before we head out? Or we want to wait until the morning, of course.
She says, "No,
Yeah.
but it would probably be you're right, it's probably not a good idea to arrive there at nighttime. And it's about a 3-hour walk from here, so and of course the path goes right by that windmill that you guys jacked with, so there's that. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I would suggest sleeping and thinking it over overnight, and then in the morning we can decide if we want to go. But that sounds like that's what you want to do, so that's what we will do.
Okay, cool. And then, well, so it's 6 o'clock now. So my mage armor is going to be wearing off. If we have that much time, I might be able to scribe more than one spell, right?
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Well,
You don't really have to long rest till like 11 o'clock. You can scribe. I would say you can scribe 3 spells, all 3, depending on their level. But
all right. Well, what do you guys think?
Should I
I'll
just-
get your input. Well, here's what I have. So level. Hold on, where are my spellios? Okay, so my level 2 spells that I have right now, I can cast 2 of them per day, So not very often. And I have Tasha's Mind Whip, which is a cool attack, and then Misty Step, which you guys know what that does. So I can get Invisibility, which is a level 2 spell. I think that would be pretty useful to have in various circumstances. You know, you still have to hide and be stealthy and stuff, but Invisibility would be pretty cool. Then I still have enough ink left to do a level 1 spell, which I have 4 of those per day, and that's, you know, I use like my regular attack spells there, so I could do Magic Missile, and then just get like more attack. Ray of Sickness is another attack. But then there's also Grease. Grease makes like a 20-foot slippery surface, which I think can be lit on fire, but also it makes it so that creatures that walk through it might slip and fall prone. And I always kind of ignored that spell, but in Baldur's Gate 3, it's actually pretty useful to block off areas of ground with grease, because it's pretty likely that you're going to fall prone. So
Can it be lit on fire in Baldur's Gate?
I believe so. I think
Okay,
the
it
grease,
cannot?
I think grease... Oh, it can't.
In 5e it can't. However, if you can in Baldur's Gate, I'd be willing to allow it as a house rule just because that's cool. But if Baldur's Gate doesn't even allow it, then I would say follow Raw. But if you if you send me a screenshot where you cast grease and light it on fire, I'm down.
If you cast grease and it's by an open flame, it will burst and explode.
Okay.
Trust me, I use that a lot in Baldur's Gate 3. It doesn't always have to be directly on the flame. It just has to be really close. And then it will explode when it lands and become difficult terrain of flames.
So it's only... I'm looking it up for 5e. It's only a 10-foot square. Oh, centered on a point within range. Okay, so that's a 20-foot diameter, 10-foot radius. Or, right? 10-foot... No... 10-foot
It's
square.
a 10-foot square, so 10 by 10. Yeah, and the center of it is wherever you want. So it's technically 4 squares, but the way that grids work, you can position it at like a corner of squares, and it would affect all of the squares around. So really, it's 3 by 3.
Oh, because I can do a corner of a square.
Well, normally you would choose an intersection, and it would be the 4 squares on each of the corners. But if you choose the center of a square, then it would be 5 feet in each direction, which is 3.5 feet to the edge of the square, and it touches at least a little bit of each of those squares.
Oh, yeah, I see. So then it would be 9 squares total.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'd be fine with that interpretation because otherwise it's not a great spell.
That's
I mean,
pretty
it's not a
cool.
bad spell. I'm not saying don't take it. I'm just saying with that little buff, it doesn't make it overpowered or anything.
It's supposed to be crowd control. It's supposed to be that you can it creates difficult terrain, which increases your movement speed, and you have to succeed a dexterity saving throw. Each creature, when the grease appears, each creature must succeed a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. Also, anytime they enter the area or end their turn there. So even if they don't move, they could potentially fall prone, which use up half their movement speed. So it's a way to like crowd control monsters and keep them away. If it can be lit on fire, then we could either cast a fire cantrip, or like then it might be worth extra damage. You know, I guess it would be like an alchemist fire equivalent or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's a lot of talk about grease. I could do grease or magic missile. I already have other spells, so... I mean, magic missile is cool because it auto-hits, but it's really low.
Yeah, but how much are you going to use grease in this? I mean, it's complex. And if there's no open flame by it, then you have to hit it with the flame.
In Baldur's Gate, it does look like it. So I would say not just any open flame, but if it's somehow directly targeted by fire, then it would all light on fire. So you could cast Firebolt on it or throw a torch on it or something like that, and I'd be fine with saying lights on fire. I don't know what specific rules I would use. Probably the same for oil being splashed on the ground, and it would consume the grease on the ground. But yeah.
But even
So
without
oil,
even without the fire, I think it's a good crowd control. I mean, we could use it to cast in front of a doorway, and it's either that or magic missile. Magic missile is guaranteed hit, and then just the damage is kind of low. So I mean that comes up sometimes, but I've got other damage spells. I could probably just cast Chromatic Orb. It's probably gonna hit, or I've got my Blade Song. So yeah, I think I'll do grease, and then I'll have it up,
Okay.
and we'll see what I might be able to use it for. So I'm gonna use up all the ink that I just got, and I'm gonna spend the entire evening scribing the spells Grease, level 1, and Invisibility, level 2, which is gonna use 2 charges of the inks for the level 2 and 1 for the level 1. So I have no ink now. I've used it all up. And then after I finish scribing those, it takes 6 hours to do that. And then I'm going to have 4 hours of trance time. And when I'm doing all my scribing, that still counts for my long rest because it's light activity. So
yeah.
that's how I'm going to spend the rest of the evening and my long rest. And then I'm going to think about the spells that I'm going to have prepared and have it ready when we start the next game.
Yeah, we'll definitely end here. That way you have a chance to think about, plan exactly what you're going to do and all that stuff. What was your second level spell? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Invisibility.
Okay, so grease and invisibility. Okay.
Yeah, gonna do something with that. I don't know what.
You sneak up behind Big E. Oh, why is everywhere I go, there's this icky, sticky, stinky grease all over. Oh, wait, you are
geez.
Big E, aren't you?
You should just get that spell automatically because you're PE.
I
My
cast
bad.
Grease. James, you're out of spell slots. Anyone got an anime I can watch?
So yeah, we'll leave off. There is one last thing that we need to do. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew what your plan was for the evening. So you're sitting there scribing spells. It's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So you've been in your room. You discussed with Irina. You started scribing spells. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and you haven't really started to sleep yet. You're still scribing. People are still polishing their armor and things like that. And there's a knock on your door. We'll say the room with everyone else in it. Wait. Before we do that, I guess we can consolidate some rooms because you guys, is Irina with you guys at the inn, or did she stay at the church?
Okay, so actually, we said that that Arena and what was the girl's name? Not Arabella, the other one, the one we saved.
I don't remember. Henrietta.
Henrietta. The two of them are actually staying at the church, so I guess it doesn't really matter where we talk to Irina. I guess we would have
you went and got
church or
you went and got her. You said, "Hey, we're gonna stay at the inn for the night. Come talk with us."
Yeah. Okay, so we got rid of the.
But is she sleeping with you guys?
No. Well. Hey,
Yeah.
No, I think she can just stay at the church, right? And then that way we can dump the 2-person room, and then we'll just have the 4-person room, which will have the 4 of us.
Okay, so yeah, you're all in the same room. The guy is not charging you anything additional because you promised to go to the winery for him. So
yeah,
tonight's free, and you've already paid what you need to pay. So you've got the one room of 4 people. You guys are in, and there's a knock on your door. And there's a knock on my door. Yes.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, knock on your door.
Is everyone looking at Big E to answer it?
Yep.
It's like a light
fine.
rapping, and it's like rapid, but it's not super loud. It's like
Okay. Hold on. What are my spells? Okay. Before I enter the door, I'm gonna cast. Oh, I don't have disguise self. Yeah. See, this is why I just need to keep disguise self. I answer the door normally, I suppose.
All right, you open the
Yes.
door, and Arabelle is standing there.
Hell yes.
She says, "Hey, my dad said I could come with you."
Uh. Hey,
Make an
Vanya,
insight
Zoe,
check.
Vanya, Zoe, I need an adult female in this situation. I cannot be the one.
My dad said I could go adventuring with you people.
Nope, no.
Awesome.
Still, I'll take the insight check, but someone else is gonna need to do this conversation.
Go ahead and come on in. If you have everything that you need to get started and everything, we're gonna strategize tonight and then sleep here and journey in the morning. So
Insight is 14 for Big E.
that seems awful high for Big E.
She doesn't seem like she's a very good liar, but that seemed like a very casual statement to have been made. Like, all that crap you guys are going through, and she's like, "Oh yeah, he changed his mind. He said I could go with you."
Wait. I didn't even think about the fact that she could lie. I guess I would just trust if some kid came up to me. That's not, you know.
It's like that movie where no one can lie, and the guy who
the
figures out that you can lie, he just goes around lying to everyone, and everyone just believes him. It's like, wait, you can lie?
The GM can have NPCs lie to us? Yeah, so Big E does not want to be trying to convince someone later. No, the 7-year-old girl said, I want to join you and travel far, far from home.
As he's saying from the gallows, the noose around his neck, trying to find his to defend his position, to explain why he's not guilty.
She says, "Can I come in?"
With his insight check, he's gonna say he says, yeah, come on in, and he's gonna look at Zoe and he's gonna say, I do not think that her dad knows that she's here right now. That's just all I'm saying.
Plausible deniability.
Oh god.
Yeah, see, this is a shaky path we're going down.
Please. Back in these days, 7 years old was almost an adult. The lifespan was 17 and a half years, so.
Where's she gonna sleep?
Well, she can have the bed, and I'll sleep on the floor in my bedroll. I'm more comfortable on the floor anyways. Because if somebody comes in the middle of the night to go stabby, they're either going to trip over me and wake me up, or they're going to stabby the bed, and I'll wake up and be quiet.
Every time you guys sleep at the inn, I just get major Prancing Pony vibes.
Yes, I know.
One day you're gonna make it happen because we just don't stop talking about it.
Fine, you want someone to come stab you in your sleep? All right.
It's just a nightly thing.
That'll be the day.
Okay, here's the long rest. Now everyone roll your perception checks to see if you wake up before you get stabbed.
Yeah, it's not like to see if there is anything. It's to see if you catch it.
So does everybody turn in for the night? Yes, we all turn in. All right. So the next morning, no. Hold on a second. You can't sleep. There's an enemy nearby.
Can we please stay at a different inn? I don't like the stabbing pony.
No, sorry, that's the only inn. It's the same inn in every town we go to. Yeah, it's a franchise.
It's called
The
Knife. It's called The Knife Goes In.
Oh, I wish I could steal that.
Say the name of the inn out loud. What? The knife goes in.
So she says when you offer her the bed, she goes, "Oh, thank you," and hops in the bed and makes herself comfy. And she says, "So what are we doing tomorrow?"
Oh, we're gonna go see the devil.
Cool. Sounds good.
Should be very faith strengthening. Everybody looks at me like, what? I mean, no, just, no. Oh, shit. Never thought I'd have to burn another town to the ground and leave again.
All right. Well, if you had no other questions or statements, then long rest, and we'll end here.
Cool. And then, yeah, we could do. Well, we can do more role play with Arabella now that we know. Well, Arabelle. Now that we know that she's with us, we could, ask her about her past and get some info and stuff. And yeah, I guess we're just gonna head straight to the coach.
So you were uncomfortable letting her in the room, but you want to start off tomorrow with an interrogation?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so
Right. Sounds good.
how's your life? What's going on? Hey, you wanna Smirnoff Ice? I got a 6-pack of them.
Bad Biggie, no.
No, bad. Stop providing alcohol to minors.
All right.
All right. Well, I am going to go ahead and end my recording, and we'll pick up
Me
in
too.
2 weeks, and I'll plan on going to Strahd's castle, I guess.
Cool. Yes, that's.
Huh?
I was gonna say, unless there's something else we're supposed to be doing, because
All right. Do anything you want.
I think this is good. We waited a couple days. We probably shouldn't drag it out too much longer.
But the festival.
Yeah, as
No,
long as you
that's
get back
in-
in time for the festival.
Yeah, the festival's in 2 days. This is perfect. So tomorrow we go see Strahd, have a nice dinner, come home, probably. And then the day after that, then we do a nice fun festival. And then who knows? Because those 2 days will probably be so uneventful that we won't even know what to do. Then I guess we go to that Wizard of Wine's place. Just nice casual stroll through Barovia.
It's like planning for a vacation. You're like, okay, this day is going to be for the hike, and then the next day we're going to go to the beach, and you plan out all these things, and then the first day you go, you hike, and you get sunburned, and you're tired, and you're like, okay, just mark out the next 4 days. We're not doing any of that.
So true.
Yeah, when me and Deanna went to Italy, we literally had, okay, here's what we're gonna do each day, and we did all those things except the first day we just slept, because you literally get there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's like a 12-hour flight, so you got no sleep, and now it's the next day, but like we had all these things that we wanted to do, and that was the day that we were gonna see the Colosseum and like the classic like stuff. And then it was 4 o'clock, and we're like, no, we can't. We finished all the stuff. We got all our luggage put away. Okay, now we're ready to go walking around the city and exploring these ruins and blah, blah, blah. And it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're like, no, this isn't going to happen. So we didn't do it. So then we went the next day, and we didn't actually regret it. Like, I kept complaining, oh, I wish I saw the Colosseum. But it's like, yeah, in the future, if I'm traveling overseas and losing a half a day, and it's like midnight for me, I'm going to go ahead and just write off the first day entirely.
Yep.
That's what I like about traveling in Central Time Zone. Cool. All right. Well,